welcome to another episode of Jen Talks Diaries. Well, this is our candid conversations, and I hope you are ready to rock and roll. Well, in studio with me, this is one of the episodes that, we tried to record it the first time, and you don't know, a movie played out that day. But however, I'm super thrilled and excited that we actually got a chance once more to actually record this episode and come on board just to give you, the best conversations that I think literally, you need and I also need. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you are smiling wherever you are, and please do not make the mistake before you watch any further. Go right down there, hit the subscription button, make sure that you like, you comment, and you subscribe, because your subscription definitely matter to me and to everybody. So, without any waste of time, today in studio I got the prestige. I have to choose the right word. I had to choose the right word, but we have the incredible doctor. I won't introduce her. Like always, I don't introduce my guest because I feel like I'm not worthy of introducing you. So I feel that if you introduce yourself, it gives, much of, But all I know is that, she's a medical doctor, she's a recent graduate. And, let's give her a round of applause. I think finishing medical school, come on. 6 years. How many? 9, 6? How many? I'm just joking. Yeah. So, Doc, how are you doing? And maybe you can just tell us your name and where you're from, and just maybe a little bit about yourself.
Okay. I'm Dr. Jamari. I'm from Zimbabwe. I'm an honors graduate.
Come on, man.
Fresh out of the port, but yeah. I'm from Zimbabwe, and I've been here for 6 years.
6 years. Wow, 6 years. I have a lot to ask in that 6 years. But anyways, was medicine ever part of the dream?
It was.
Wow. So, So we're talking about vision and stuff. Just for you guys to know, she has a krasny, and krasny in Russian, I don't know, and it's a cum laude, which means you have passed with distinctions. It's just not any kind of, random, honors degree and stuff. But no, come on, I'm so sorry, but yeah, we just have to give her flowers. I'd rather give you your flowers when you're still alive, other than giving them to you, people, they like doing. I don't know who's gonna die first. I'm not saying that you're gonna die first though. But anyways. Yeah, but anyways, you've been here for 6 years.
6 years.
And have you ever been home in the period of 6 years?
Yeah, I went home once, and second year, after my first year, I went home.
After your first year you went. Then you came back, and ever since from then has forever been. Wow.
I haven't been home since.
Whoa. Now, Doc, being in a country that you do not know, and in a place where you feel like this is not maybe my motherland, with different kinds of people around you, and it's a whole different environment setting and stuff. How were you able to actually maintain a positive energy, or were there some time where you couldn't cope because of the environment was different and everything? Was there a time, maybe?
To be honest, no.
Really?
I thank God for the gift of adjustment. I adjust quite easily and go with the flow. So there's never a time where I've been like, I'm extremely homesick, or I'm like, I don't like risky. I don't speak risky. I hate the language. But nonetheless, I embraced this new journey, or the chapter of my life that I was in, with open arms. So there was no time where I was like, oh my God, I can't handle this because I'm far away from home, or I can't do this because I'm far. No, it was. It hasn't been a smooth sailing, but that has not been like a problem for me.
Yeah. And speaking into that, not having a problem at all and stuff. Were there maybe moments maybe where you got into the spot of maybe having some mental challenges, such as maybe, emotional challenges, roller coaster, depression, and all these other things?
Depression. It's not funny, but
yeah.
No, I've never been depressed. I've never been depressed. I mean, have I been overwhelmed at some point? Yes, definitely felt overwhelmed at some points. There are times where you're just like, oh my god, how am I going to get through this? Like, you have 5 exams, they're back to back. I'm like, god, how am I going to how am I going to get through this? There have been maybe financial challenges, but God has just been showing up through my life. So it's like everything that I've been through, if I was meeting a hardship, it's just like I'll just take a moment and remember where I come from or where I've been, and I'm like, okay, it's okay. It's going to be okay. Awesome. So I've never really had I've never been at any point depressed. Yes. I think the only time Right. I've never been depressed, but I've definitely felt disappointment at some point, but never depressed, actually. I've never been.
Oh, all right. No, the reason why I'm asking that because it draws us to the whole conversation that we're about to have today and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all around personal growth, and self-worth. The reason why I think you are one person that I've thoroughly observed. You know yourself, when you walk into a room, it's much easier for a person to tell that, okay, Roma is in the room right now. Like, you carry a sort of energy within you, and I don't know, it's a kind of energy that I don't know, it comes from a stance of confidence or what, but I can really tell that it's like she got it all figured out. Someone can tell to say that I think she knows it all. Yeah, but having that, is that something that maybe comes from from your parents, or coming from home, or it's something that you just grew up under? It's a stature that you just had.
That's a loaded question.
Yeah.
So you're asking, where does my confidence come from?
I could say yes, maybe, yeah. Or the whole character of Romai, the character of her. Where does it come from? Does it maybe when someone say, "Hey, it's like that you are like your mother," or "You remind me of your father," or something like that? Yeah. Or it's always like, "Wow, man, you are just unique."
I think I'll start off with my name. My name, Ruramai, it means a person of integrity. So I think names are so powerful because they echo to your soul. So I feel like my name, it echoes to my soul. So I tried as much as possible to walk in alignment because the name is also a prophecy. So I was named by my father, and he a person of integrity. So I try as much as possible to walk in alignment with that, because that was his word upon my life. So I think we can start off from there, from my name. And also, I think I get most of my characteristics from my mom, because my mom is a very strong woman. My mom is a very, very strong woman, and I'm fortunate enough to have as my mentor, as my role model, as my mom, and as a friend. So having all these aspects has even helped me shape me to the woman that I am. And also my dad, he has been a very pivotal person in my life. They all help, everyone has just helped me shape, everything and everyone in my life has helped me to grow into who I'm supposed to be, if that makes sense. So even though, because sometimes things happen in your life and you don't understand why they're happening then, but then years later you're like, okay, now it makes sense. So sometimes even the lessons or the things that my mom was trying to instill in me, back then it didn't make sense, but now that I'm here and it's 10 years down the line, it's okay, things make sense. So I think I'll credit it to my parents, because they brought me up. And I know it'll sound a little bit like a cliche, but God,
of course,
God, because I feel like there's so much peace when you don't try and control your life, when you let go. So you just know, okay, even when things are happening, because you know your foundation, or you know who you're rooted in, it's like, okay. So I think also the whole maybe confidence, it's like I'm not confident because I got it, but I'm confident because I know who's got me, kind of thing.
Beautiful.
So yeah.
Oh wow, no, it's a beautiful thing. Now, speaking of the whole thing that it's something that literally stems up from your name, and stuff. So just maybe a kind of question to say that between a Rumai that was probably in high school and the Rumai that is now like graduating, from university and stuff, in terms of character, in terms of like how can I say it? Yeah, in terms of character and in terms of the person you were back then and stuff, is there a slight shift, or it's still the same person intact, just with maybe a bit of milestones there and there and stuff, when you look at that girl right there?
I think I believe if you're not growing, you're regressing. So the person that I was when I was in high school, I've grown. I've grown tremendously.
Beautiful.
I've grown tremendously, but the shadow of the person I am now is the person that I was in high school. So like there's not like I didn't have like a 180-degree change, or maybe I used to be this kind of person. I still have the same I don't know how to put it. I still have the same spirit or soul. Like I'm still the same person, but I've just grown. I've just grown in every ramification.
Of course.
I've grown in my spiritual life. I've grown with interaction, because this is the first time I'm far away from home and meeting people from different countries, different religions, different cultures. You grow.
Of course,
and also
of
I'm half of 50. Back then I was a teenager. Now I'm approaching menopause. So definitely there's growth there. But essentially I'm still the same person. The principles that I had when I was in high school, I still live by them.
Beautiful.
I still live by those principles. I still live by those standards.
Nice.
But I've grown.
And maybe just to add a cherry on top, one of those principles that you've lived, maybe if you can get one at the top of your head.
Oh, okay. My favorite one.
Yeah.
The whole, I think when I was still in high school, I was like, I won't date for fun. Like I'm not going to be a person who dates for fun or anything. Like I literally did not date anyone my whole high school life, and that was like, it's something that I like. It's a decision I made while I was still in high school. Even though sometimes I didn't understand the gravity of the decision I was making back then. Looking at it now, it makes sense. Like I appreciate the person I was back then, because the person I was back then even protected me from other things that could have happened to me now. I don't know if you get it. Because I feel like there's certain things that when you put in place, you might not necessarily not know why you're putting these things in place. But when you walk in your life and then you look back, you're like, okay, this thing has protected me from so much hurt. Like I could have been hurt. I could have been like, I could have been, I don't know, going through a lot.
Could have been pregnant.
But those things, they, it protects you. I don't want to sound too churchy, but even in the Bible, things that God says, don't do this, don't do this, don't do that. When you look at it from a different perspective, that's just protection. So like that's one of the things that I was like, when I was in high school, I was like, oh, for me, I'm not going to date like till I reach varsity.
Hey, for real?
But and then high school, and then I think the other thing that I said I wouldn't do and I didn't do is drinking alcohol.
Okay.
And so I don't drink alcohol, and I've never smoked. I've never even had interest in those kind of things.
Nice.
So I also attribute that to the household that I come from. So that also played a major role in everything. So
all these things that I'm asking you, it speaks a lot to personal growth, as I wanted to take it back from being young and the woman that you are today. Because I think most of the time, like for instance, me, I'm totally somebody who's different from the high school version of me and the now me. Yeah, I think the high school version kind of me was very, very serious and too autocratic and stuff. Now, and I'm just a jokey guy. Now we just live life. I'm joking, but still carrying the stance of understanding the principles of life and understanding certain things, and there are certain parts that one needs like realized about themselves and stuff. So going into that, the dating part, was it something that, okay, you said that it was intentional, you said that you decided that I don't want to date and stuff, that how did that on its own like have a great how did it have an impact in towards your personal growth life on its own?
I think we don't understand the gravity of dating, okay. Because I believe that everything is spiritual before it's physical.
All right.
So I believe even the people you allow in your space, one way or the other, either they're taking something or they're giving you something.
Yeah.
And even the Bible says, guard your heart. From within it come rivers of life. So I feel like then I was not mature enough to know exactly why I was making that decision.
Yeah.
But it was just a decision that I made, and it sat well with me. And now looking at it, because I've grown, it's like, okay, maybe if I had started doing certain things back then, I would have continued, because that would have been my norm.
Okay.
But because I didn't, now I even appreciate like the whole dating sin, and also the whole dating sin without getting to know yourself. Like I think I wanted to know who I was for myself. There's something there's a prayer that I once made. It's so scary, because sometimes I want to go back. I'm like, God, I was joking. There was a prayer that I once made. I was like, God, if I'm still struggling with things like devotion, getting up to pray, or if I'm still struggling with reading my Bible, if I'm still what business do I have being in a relationship with another person? If I'm struggling to maintain a relationship with a Father that's so loving, that's so kind, that's so generous, that is so understanding. Like I'm struggling, just some devotions, it's a struggle. I was like, God, of course in Christianity there's no place where you reach and be like, okay, I've reached. There's no like distance like, okay, yeah, I've reached, because there's always another level to unlock. But there was like, God, if I'm still struggling with the basics, I can't wake up and read my Bible. I'm waiting for Sunday. Like I'm not in a position to be in a relationship. What am I doing there?
Well, and that on its own, it speaks to the larger scale, even not just a particular relationship, but also other relationships with friends as well, because I think it does really impact. It does really impact. Yeah. So this whole thing, wow, you said something right now that I think it really stands out, right? If I can't do the basics, if I cannot do the basics, then what's the purpose of me doing that? So like those basics things that we are speaking about and stuff, when we speak about personal growth, what are they? Maybe is it that getting up every morning, being able to manage your time very well, or something? What are those basic things that I like maybe a normal human being or normal young lady can do?
I can't speak for everyone, but I can speak for myself.
All right.
Because I'm Christian, so I try as much as possible, though we all fall short of His grace here and there. I try as much as possible to root my life in the Word of God. So most of the principles that I'm talking of are maybe things that are more relatable to Christians, or to people who call themselves Christians. Because for me, when I'm talking about basics, like I'm literally talking about devotions. I'm talking about your like fellowship. How important is fellowship to you? Going to church. For me, that's something that's very important. I'm talking about how you time management actually, and I mean, I'm old. Exactly, so there's certain things that maybe I didn't like, look at back then that I even look at now, like the basics, like what do you do with your life? Like, what are you doing with your life?
True.
Like, those kind of things. I don't know if I'm answering your question, but
yeah, no, totally. Those basic things and stuff, that's because I think it's what everybody struggles with each and every day, all these things that you spoke about and stuff, to say that devotions and stuff. I think a lot of young people, they turn to neglect this whole devotion thing and stuff because of only one monster, and that monster is demotivation. A lot of people, they struggle with demotivation and stuff, and that on its own, it speaks a lot to your growth as an individual. Yeah. But now, how do you, probably on a daily basis and stuff, how do you work around demotivation?
Daily. Me, I can't talk daily, about others. I'm still working on it. But I think discipline. Whatever you do, you need to be disciplined. And whatever you do, know that you're going to reap what you sow.
Beautiful.
The Bible says, "Not be fooled, God is not a man, for whatever you reap, you shall sow." So whatever you're reaping, you're going to sow. Even people who go to the gym, they need to be disciplined to see results. So even you in your life, or me in my life, there's certain things I'm like, okay, fine, I don't feel like doing this, but I'm like, I cannot be a person who works on I feel like, I don't feel like. I'm just like, I'm over it.
Okay.
Like I can't be a person who is like, okay, I don't feel like going to school today.
Says someone with distinctions, past medical doctor.
No, right. but like discipline plays a huge role in whatever you do. Like you need to be disciplined, and you need to, I think, knowing why you're doing certain things is important. When I'm talking about, like, let's say for my Christian journey, for example, I needed to get to a place where I desired to know God for myself, because I came from a household where my mom prays for us, like I'm always covered by mommy. Like if anything is wrong, I'm like, mommy, I have a headache, pray for me, if anything. So like now that I was like thousands of miles away from home, I can't be like calling my mom I do call her, but I can't be calling her every night and saying like, oh mommy, this. I had a desire to even like, okay, fine, I want to know God for myself. I want to be a mother one day.
Wow.
Am I going to be able to cover my kids the way my mom covers me? So I feel like for me it came from a desire to know God for myself, not to know God through my mom, not to know God through a pastor, but just to know God for myself. So I feel like that is where I drew and I draw some of the inspiration, because not every day is a good day. There are days where I'm just like, God, you understand. And God is very understanding. I'm just like, hey, God, you understand. But sometimes it's like, what am I forfeiting?
Exactly.
There's so many people who are forfeiting their destinies because of sleep, because of lack of discipline, so to speak. So I feel like discipline really plays a role.
Wow.
So I think discipline is the word.
Discipline. Wow, beautiful. Meanwhile, you're talking, there's something that's incredible. I think you said desire. For us to, I think personally, in a way, in order for somebody to make their life better, it starts from there. If you want to be different, if you want to have different results, whether in whatever field of life and stuff, and this desire, it's something that does not maybe, it should not be limited only to a certain aspect of your life and stuff, but I think it should be you should be able to desire within your spiritual life, being able to desire within your academic life as well, and all this every sphere of your life you should be able to desire. But now from you, what do you think, what is this importance of this growth in our spheres of life? Why would someone really be interested and be like, you know what, I've got to grow up. I've got to grow up.
You're going to be a mother and a father.
Yeah.
I think when you understand that you have a purpose, everything
Okay.
falls in place, because you're not just here as, you know, just as a statistic,
Yeah.
but you have a purpose. So, like, I don't know, guys, I don't know. For me, life is scary because you only have one life. So you like imagine living your life, and at the end it's like you didn't even fulfill your purpose. So it's like, why were you here? So I feel like for me, understanding that you have a role to play, and there are people counting on you. I think especially in medicine, in the field of medicine, for me, I always told myself that competence is very important.
Okay.
Competence is very important, because I'm like, I'm going to be dealing with people's lives.
Exactly.
I need to be competent. Like, I need to be competent, because then other people are going to count on me. So
Yeah,
knowing
that's
that,
true.
you know, knowing that I've a reason, there's a reason why I'm here, first of all.
Yeah.
Secondly, there are people counting on you. There are people who will be counting on you in the future. So what will you have to show when people are coming for you, like Sia?
Wow.
But yeah.
Come on, Doc, man. And that's why I chose you specifically for this one, because throughout, like, through observation, you know, we're getting to a part where we get to understand a person from what we see, right? But never get to understand what happens behind closed doors and stuff. Are there particular things that you do, you know, when you are in closed doors where everybody does not see and stuff, and those are the things that, like, from outside we don't know, of course, we just see Romai as the strong woman who has it all figured out. She knows what to do, when to do, how to do and stuff. Are there particular things that you do, you know, behind closed doors and stuff, and that really adds towards your personal growth life and stuff?
Sleeping.
Yeah.
But as I've grown and as I'm growing, I'm really beginning to appreciate the secret place, like spending time alone with God. Because I think I started appreciating that more when my father passed away, because my father passed away when I was writing exams, so it was like in the middle of, it was like during the week actually, and my mom was like, I think my father passed away on a Sunday, I believe, because I was taught on a Monday, and on a Tuesday I had surgery exam. So like when that happened, you know, because there's a moment where at first my mom she didn't want to tell me, because she was worried, like, oh my god, it's going to throw me off. I've got exams, because like A4 exams, I had surgery, and surgery is no joke, and I'm a last minute kind of person. Like, I bend the candle last minute, so like the reading last minute is crucial. But when that happened, you know, I finally, however I found out, the first thing that I did, I prayed.
Okay.
And it was not a prayer of why me. It was a prayer of thanksgiving.
Wow.
I think that was that will forever remain one of the pivotal moments in my spiritual life. That I could, in the moment of pain, and in that moment of confusion, because a lot of things were happening, I could still kneel down and thank God. To be like, God, I thank you.
Wow.
Because I had a father who loved me. Because I feel like if there's anything that I can't doubt, is my father's love for me. It was the palpable kind of love, like I could feel it. Like anyone who meets me or who you'd meet will tell you that Jamari loves his daughter.
Wow.
So like, I was like, I'm grateful. I'm grateful, God, because I had a father for over 24 years of my life who doted on me, who loved me, who supported me. Because I'm very much aware that there are people who don't know who their fathers are. There are people who, you know, their fathers denied them at birth. My dad didn't deny me at birth. My dad loved me, and my dad cherished me. So I feel like at that, because sometimes when you're doing something, you know, like if we go in the Bible, I'm sounding churchy.
Oh, wow.
If we go in the Bible, when we read the story of the two people who were building the house, one on rock, one on sand, both houses were built, but it was only when the storms came that you'd be like, okay, we now see the foundation. So I feel like when that storm came in my life, like all the other things that I've been doing prior, no one, like even I couldn't see it. I couldn't see the work that I had done. But I think at that point, I was like, okay, maybe we're not yet done with the foundation, but I'm definitely building on the rock. Maybe we're still foundation level, but we're definitely building on the rock. So I feel like that situation, that situation was more of evidence of maybe spending time in the secret place. Because I understood that God is still God. Even though my father has passed away, he doesn't change who he is because of what I'm going through, or because of what has happened. So I feel like that was a point in my life where I was like, okay, fine. I think there's definitely been growth, because believe me, I could have gone mad or crazy. I have it in me. But I think that grounded me. Like God just grounded me, and I had peace, like overwhelming peace. Like I had overwhelming peace.
Wow. So it's in the secret place where we get to grow, or the situation in our lives.
I think the secret place, you get to grow in your secret place, definitely.
All right.
As a Christian, I think this covers the spiritual aspect of life. And then I feel like also the people who you surround yourself with, they can help you grow, or they can just pull you down with them, because best believe, I don't know about in the workplace, but in varsity, association is important. They say show me your friends, or show your future, but who you associate yourself with is very important, because even in friendships, after spending time with so many people or with someone, sometimes certain traits of theirs rub onto you, certain traits of you, they rub off to them. So it's like even the people you surround yourself with, it's very important. It's very important, the people you surround yourself with, because there are times where no one is strong every time. There are times where you're weak and you need someone to help carry you, or like in your moment of, you know, like you're down. Like the people you surround yourself with, like, are they like, you get what I'm saying?
I get it.
Like are they you know, are they propelling you forward? Are they encouraging you in the right things? Because encouragement, it comes in all forms. Are they encouraging you in the right things? Because association is very important. Friends are very important, because you're far away from home. Your friends are as good as your family. So it's very and you're going to be with these people for like 6 years, give or take. So they'll play a very pivotal, whether you like it or not, whether you admit it or not, that's besides the point. But they play a very pivotal role in your life. So I think like spiritually, yes, is the secret place. And then like, and outside the spiritual realm, your associations are very important. Your friends are very important. And what is the question? Things to help with personal growth. Okay, so I said the spiritual life. I said friends, knowing who you are, knowing who you are, and allowing yourself to grow. Because I feel like some of the things, because I knew who I was, and I know who I am, and I'm growing into who I'm meant to be. Like it's some things that they don't move me. Like there's certain things that I'm not moved, because I'm just like, okay, because I know I don't need you to define who I am. Because I got that figured out. I got that defined. So what people's, like, I'm not fickle. I'm not like people's opinions of me. They don't move me, because I'm not you're not the person who's supposed to tell me who I am.
Exactly.
So knowing who you are is very important. For me, I believe that was one of the things that helped me through the 6 years, knowing who I was, knowing where I came from, Because we come from different places, come from different families.
Of course, yeah.
Come from different families. Other people, their families can afford mess ups, so the family will clean it up. I know if I mess up, that's it. So I know who I am and I know where I'm coming from, and I'm not fooled by people's lives to be like, okay, maybe if I do this, because I know at the end of the day, Jamari's child, and I know the Jamari family, and I know what is expected of me.
Whoa.
So I think that's very important as well, knowing who you are and knowing where you come from. Because people come from different places, and trying to fit in has killed a lot of people, has killed a lot of dreams. Because it's so important. I mean, when you get to see how even one decision, just one decision, can alter the trajectory of your life forever, I think you start understanding that whatever decision you make, you don't make it lightly. Because sometimes we make permanent decisions based on temporary situations, and when the situation is over, you're left with the permanent decision that you made, and it's for life. So it's just like when you just view life from that perspective, it's you just look at life differently, I guess.
Wow, Doc. I mean, I'll just I need to go 5 minutes before and just replay the entire thing. But no, that's really true. That's really true. So one of the things that I've realized, right, that within the period of you being within a different place in a different country, you mentioned the part of friends, that friends are very, very much crucial and stuff, and they really do impact, because you said the one that show me your friends and I'll tell you your future and stuff, and the others, they say show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are, and that's what will truly define you and stuff. So when we in the sphere of friends and stuff, do you choose friends according to a caliber of, okay, this is what I think we click with, so I'm gonna become friends with you, like that? Or you choose friends based on the idea that, okay, cool, we go to class together, we are classmates, or maybe no, we go to the same church, maybe, or no, because maybe we like the same sports or anything like that. Did you choose your friends? How did you choose your friends, maybe, to put it like that?
Okay, most of my friendships happened organically. Like, it was organic.
Nice.
And but also friends, there are different levels of friends. Like they're different. They're levels.
Hierarchy. Yeah.
Yes. There are levels to those things. I feel like for me, like my closest friends, like my closest friends. Yeah. The Bible says two cannot walk unless they agree. And what business does light have to do with darkness? So I feel like my closest friends, we align.
Okay.
We align in terms of our principles, our morals, our values. They're the same.
Great.
So like there are times where maybe I want to, for lack of a better word, misbehave.
Yes.
My friend holds me accountable. Because my friends are also my accountability partners. We hold each other accountable. Like if you're doing something and you're not supposed to be doing that thing, we call each other out, like, no, A, B, C, D, like we call each other, we hold each other accountable. So accountability, having friends, like, because sometimes people tend to gravitate to people who tell them what they want to hear. Like, oh, let me tell me what you want to hear, or tell me what I want to hear, rather. And we make friends based on who's cheering us on. But I feel like better than being cheered on, a person holds you accountable. So for me, most like my friendships, they happen organically, to be honest. There's no like blueprint to be like, oh, I had a list and then I was crossing out like, oh no, you can't be my friend. Because I think there are people who I became friends with at the end of or like maybe 5th year, 6th year with him, but we've been together for 6 years.
6 years.
So I don't have like it all happened organically, to be honest.
And what would you say maybe to somebody who is like, once being a boy or maybe a girl, being in a kind of group of friends whereby they do things that you don't like, when they say, friend, come, let us go party, and then they go together to go party. Friends, come, let us do this and stuff, but this person constantly is drowning within that friendship that, I can't do this anymore. Like, this friendship or the friends I have, they are too much for me and stuff. And then like, how do you speak to someone like that, or what do you say to somebody like that? I was once that person. That's what I'm asking. Yeah.
So what did you say to yourself?
That it was a series of events that like took place in order for me to leave. Actually, they are the ones who left me. Yeah, they are the ones who left me and stuff. But
so you're not going to leave. You're planning on staying. To be honest, I've never been in that situation, but I believe, because for me, my friends know. I think, like you said, people know who I am.
Yeah.
So people know what I stand for. Like, I make that clear, like, from the inception. Like, you can go drinking and clubbing. That's cool. That's you. But that's not me.
Yeah.
And you just have to respect me. And I feel like if you're the person who, I mean, people outgrow this thing. Sometimes people outgrow the going out. There's nothing wrong with going out. But sometimes people outgrow it. I think what I can say to the person who's going through that.
Yeah.
This is your life. This is your life. And there's something that I once read that really resonated with me. The person was talking about how sometimes, you and I can do the exact same thing, but our consequences are different because we come from different places.
Yeah,
we've got different coverings, and we've got different things chasing us. You can do something, and like you might even go with maybe just a pat on your at the back of your hand, and I'll do something, I'll lose my leg. So it's just like knowing who you are. Like you need to know who you are, and you need to be vocal about who you are. Like if you're not comfortable with anything anymore, this is your life. If I'm not comfortable with certain things, I voice it out because it's my life. So why are you in a place, and people are afraid of being lonely and being alone sometimes. Pray. The Holy Spirit will comfort you. But I feel like sometimes when you just align yourself, some things they just fall off. So like you say, sometimes some of the friends they just fall off, and you need to be willing to let go. Like you need to be willing to let go of their lifestyle, and you might lose those friends. And you need to be willing to lose friends. We meet people. This is another person you will lose. You're going to lose more people along the way. It's nothing new. But just knowing that it's your life, and you're in control of your life, and whatever you're doing today, you will reap.
Wow, no, that's so beautiful. Actually, the next question I wanted to ask, it was about that. It is difficult because most people, they don't want to leave this fear of friendship because they are afraid of being lonely and stuff. Yeah, and being lonely, I mean, one example that I always use, it's that I mean, if you were, if you are not a twin, and this is like it moves apart even for twins as well, even when you are within the womb and everything, you are alone, man. Even when you are conceived, even when you come out, you're alone. There's never a point, even when twins they come up both at the same time and stuff, no, but one at the time and so forth, unless it's some congenital disorder and whatever that's there. But I'm just speaking for a normal physiology of birth and stuff. So if you were born alone, why can't you just think for yourself and live alone and just let it be?
It goes back to knowing who you are. Knowing who you are. Knowing who you are, because if you stand for everything, you stand for nothing. So you need to know who you are. You need to know what you stand for, so that what you don't stand for comes, you won't stand for it. But if you stand for everything, you stand for nothing. Wow. So knowing who you are is very crucial. And I feel like being at university is a time to discover yourself and rediscover yourself. And shape your life the way you want it to be. Literally, your life is in your hands.
Wow, beautiful. Wow. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I told you that I bring the cream, of this podcast, and this is why we are here, to have such conversations. But unfortunately, because of time, Doc, so we're just going to, take or land the plane right here. But maybe just to, throw you off a bit, just a little bit and stuff. Maybe, what keeps you going? What keeps you going?
What keeps me going?
Yeah, what keeps you going?
who said I'm going? What keeps me going? I think the main thing that keeps me going is the sacrifices that my parents have made for me.
Wow.
And sacrifices that people have made for me, not only my parents. Because I'm literally, it is something like a child of sacrifice. I'm a child, like, people sacrifice for me to live my best, if that makes sense. So for me, it's literally the sacrifice that people have made for me. Like, I'm just like, I feel like at some point I was like, I'm like, this red diploma, I was like, this is not for me. Like, I'm good with the blue diploma. Like, please, I'm good, I'm cool, I'm good with it. But I'm like, for the sake of the sacrifices that people have made for me,
for you,
I want to achieve this. So I feel like sometimes when I'm just tired, I just think of the sacrifices that people have made for me. And also sometimes, like, when my mom is tired, she's like, she thinks of me and she's just like re-energized. So that whole thing, like, it also just like my mom is looking at my mom, like, I'm my mom's source of pride and joy, and you know, when she's weak, she thinks of me. And you know, but I feel like the sacrifice that people made for me, because I know, like, whatever I have, it's not my own to hog, it's not my own to keep.
Beautiful. Yes.
So, like, yeah, I feel like I drive, sometimes I'm just like, I don't deserve this, so I need to pay it forward in some way.
Wow.
So I think that's what keeps me going.
Okay, beautiful. And maybe one song that really speaks to you every time when you don't feel like, you know what, now I'm tired of, you know, or when, you know, everybody reached that moment whereby just like, I just need a song that I know when this song is on, I feel like a superpower.
For me, unfortunately, it's not a song.
Oh, okay, interesting.
I call my mother. Wow. I legit call my mother. Like, I feel like, for my friends know it, I feel like right now my mom is just, she's breathing a little. Like, guys, even I can't wait to I think my mom can't wait for me to get married. So I'll be worrying my husband, because I feel like if there's, because I hate inconvenience in my life. I don't like being inconvenienced by anything. So even if there's a slight inconvenience, I'm literally there like, mommy, you never believe this happened, or mommy, oh my, like, I feel like there's a time where I wrote an exam. I digress. I wrote an exam and I didn't get the mark that I wanted to get, and that was like my first kind of like bad mark. I was down, I was gutted, and I called my mom. Like, literally, my mom makes everything better for me. I won't even lie.
Beautiful.
Like, my mom just, whenever I talk to my mom, she just calms my storm. So my mom makes everything better for me. So if there's anything that I'm going through, or if I'm feeling like, oh, mommy, I just call my mom.
Oh, wow. Beautiful.
Or I go shopping. No, but I call my mom. I call my mom. But yeah.
Oh, wow. No, Doc. Wow, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Man, that was such an insightful thing, and I think in a way you spoke to me. Yeah. There are some times, you know, where you just have so much and stuff, and you know, when we speak personal growth and we speak this thing of self-worth and stuff, sometimes there's a point where you just, you know what, I just don't feel like it and stuff.
There are a lot of points like that.
So
I think I think part of personal growth is ignoring the I don't feel like it.
Great.
I think you need to be disciplined. Like, because there are a lot of things that you won't feel like it. There are a lot of there are times where you won't feel like going to work. There are times where you won't feel like, you know, cooking for your husband. Guys. Me and this husband issue. But yeah, you need to overcome the not feeling like.
Yeah. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, man, This finally, thank you so much for still, if you are still there and you are still watching, we really, really do appreciate. And please don't forget to obviously, subscribe, comment, like, and also tell a friend to tell a friend and a friend to tell a friend and stuff. Because I mean, Zimbabwe and South Africa is sitting right here on one table. I mean, yeah, that's an accolade on its own. So,
Yes.
Dr. Jamari, we thank you so much as Gen Talks, and we really, really do appreciate you coming out here and sacrificing your time. You spoke about sacrifice and stuff, so we truly, truly do appreciate the time that you have, spent with us here today. And I wish you all the best in your journey and stuff. And I hope that one day, we'll meet, or one day we'll see you there on the billboards and stuff, making, the great, making great accolades and moving forth in greatness. So we thank you so much. And maybe, do you have any parting words?
Thank you guys for having me here.
Nice.
Thank you guys for having me here, and it's been a pleasure.
Great. All right, beautiful people. So yeah, this is Gen Talks Diaries, and welcome. Welcome to our candid conversation, because this is every time when we come on board, we're just here to have conversation that really, really are about it. So thank you so much for joining in. Thank you for tuning in, and till we meet again. From above to me, from me to you, it is love. Blessed Sia, proudly, spontaneously sponsored by God. And this is Gen Talks Diary, and these are candid conversation. Bye.